MKUltra is the code name for a CIA top-secret program that took part in kidnapping and experimenting on the behavioral engineering of humans. It ran its experiments from 1953 to 1973. Its experiments ranged from creating sleeper agents to infiltrate foreign countries, advanced psychological interrogation, advanced hypnosis, and developing ways to destroy someone's personality and have it replaced. MKUltra was started due to reports of Soviets, Chinese, and Koreans developing advanced psychological interrogation techniques, and even the threat of sleeper agents in the USA. In case you don't know what sleeper agents are, here is an explanation.
Thank you for seeing us on such short notice, Mayor West.
No problem, gentlemen. May I call you gentlemen?
Yeah?
Now you say this spy is located somewhere in Quahog?
That's right. We need you to set up some roadblocks to help us contain him.
Do you have any clues regarding the identity of the spy?
It's a little tricky, sir. See, the operative is completely unaware that he's been programmed. And the only way to activate him and discover his identity is by saying the phrase, "Gosh, that Italian family at the next table sure is quiet."
Oni uznali pramenia, dolzen vernuться stalitsiu.
It's him! I haven't been this since I.
Scary stuff, I know. Just so you can understand the scale of what MKUltra was doing, we're going to begin their list of experiments with arguably the scariest one, being Project Midnight Climax. In 1955, the CIA's MKUltra division was conducting experiments to test the effects of LSD on ordinary American citizens. It began with the government paying prostitutes to dose clients while CIA agents were secretly observing what happened. Next, agents began secretly dosing people in gathering centers, such as public beaches, restaurants, and bars. From the experiments, there was one known death and numerous subjects who suffered everlasting mental and psychological damage and degradation. According to released CIA documents, the testing proved to be a failure. The results were inconclusive and unscientific, and left the lives of hundreds of people negatively affected. If you believe MKUltra was confined to the US, then you would be wrong. Scottish psychiatrist Dolan Cameron was paid $69,000 to conduct experiments inside McGill University, Montreal, where he worked on a new concept known as psychic driving, where patients would be given paralytic drugs and exposed to hundreds of thousands of repetitions of a recorded statement or text, all while unable to move. Following this, he would conduct electroshock therapy and massive doses of LSD in order to break down the subject's personality, which psychologists believe could then theoretically be replaced entirely. The institute in the university was disguised as a treatment center for anxiety, but students who came in would often leave with amnesia and the loss of the ability to speak.
In 1957, the CIA began funding the work of Canadian psychiatrist Dr. Ewan after reading about his new radical psychotherapy.
You would basically put somebody to sleep for many days, give them massive doses of electroshock therapy, literally hundreds of times the normal dosage. And basically you would reduce the person literally to a vegetable. And the idea clinically was you would wipe out either delusions or depression or psychiatric symptoms. And then when the person came back to their normal self, which would take months and months, the psychiatric symptoms would be gone.
This kind of clinically induced amnesia is interest to the CIA. Dr. Cameron agrees to take his treatment one step further. In addition to de-patterning his client, he would attempt to re-pattern new thoughts and behaviors.
The CIA funded this experiment because if you could take a person who's an enemy agent, erase that personality and put in a new personality, you have a convert.
At the CIA's instigation, Cameron devised a three-step brainwashing experiment.
The three parts consisted of first what he called de-patterning, which was the use of LSD and intensive electroshock. So that's phase one, is wiping the slate clean. Second was trying to program in new patterns of behavior by playing tape-recorded messages hundreds of thousands of times. The final phase was a 2 to 3 week period where Cameron would put patients to sleep using barbiturates to try to suppress any recollection of what had been.
Another experiment involved the combined use of amphetamines and barbiturates, injected into an unwilling test subject, usually a prisoner of war. Barbiturates, or sleeping drugs, would be injected first, and right as the subject was about to fall asleep, amphetamines were immediately injected, jolting the subject awake. Supposedly, it was possible to ask any question afterwards and get accurate and useful answers. This was used as an interrogation technique. These are just 3 of MKUltra's 144 known sub-projects. Others include mind control, testing of psychological weapons, and much more, all on unwilling subjects. Only thanks to the US's Freedom of Information Act do we know what we know about MKUltra. And even then, most of the data and information was destroyed by the CIA before discovery. The 144 sub-projects, as evil and as torturous as they may be, are only the ones they let the people find out. Many claim that MKUltra never ended, and experimentation is still going on, not just by the Americans, but by other world powers as well. We will never know the full extent of what MKUltra accomplished or achieved, nor will we ever know the full extent on their testing.
It is our hope that in today's world these types of unethical experiments would be impossible. In 1979, the National Research Act was made a law. The National Committee created Belmont Report to protect the human rights subjects of biomedical and behavioral research. The 3 fundamental ethics principles for using any human subjects for research are: respect for persons is protecting autonomy of all people and treating them with courtesy and respect, and allowing for informed consent. Researchers must be truthful and conduct no deception. Beneficence, the philosophy of do not harm while maximizing benefits for the research project and minimizing risk to research subjects. Justice, ensuring reasonable and non-exploitive and well-considered procedures are administered fairly, the fair distribution of cost benefits to potential research participants, and equality.